What's going on, everybody? Mike McFarland here, the Lake Fork Fishing Guide. It is officially July 7th, 2022, Thursday. It is actually my birthday today. I mentioned that in the last rundown. Went on a little vacation with Brooke to Table Rock. Did some filming, did some fishing, did some sightseeing, saw some really cool stuff. If you have never been to Big Cedar Lodge, it's owned by Bass Pro Shops in Johnny Morris. You need to check it out. It is incredible. You could spend a couple of days there without fishing, just sightseeing, seeing top of the Rock Mountain, seeing the multi-million-dollar resort and everything that goes along with it. Truly unbelievable. The museum was crazy. All the artifacts and ancient Missouri history and really just Indian history and culture, and it was truly mind-blowing. There was just a plethora of things to do, and probably one of the most beautiful sceneries that I think I've ever seen in my life. The rolling hills of Arkansas, going into Missouri, and the Ozark Mountains. That's what the Big Cedar Lodge is, on the top of the Ozark Mountains. A dream of mine to always go to Table Rock and fish. And of course, it was 4th of July weekend, so it was really stupid crazy. It was a spur-of-the-moment thing to go check it out. Fishing was okay. I know this is a Lake Fork fishing rundown, but I do want to tell you about this adventure. It's 6 hours away. You need to go check it out. We did catch some fish. We caught some nice spotted bass. Caught a couple of really big spotted bass. Caught one gorgeous smallmouth bass. I haven't had my hands on a smallmouth in about 9 years, so that was really fun. We did get some okay footage, but it was more of an experience. It was kind of like breaking the ice, getting to know the area. We will be going back in the fall, and we'll do a much more extensive filming process then. From everything from fishing the lake to even the Big Rock Cedar Museum and everything else, Big Cedar Lodge. I mean, it was just super impressive. So with that being said, too, I want to thank you all. The last rundown that I gave you was last week. I told you I was going to miss Tuesday because I went on vacation for the first time in 9 years here in Texas. It was a spur-of-the-moment birthday gift for myself to just get away. And it was well worth it. But I want to thank you because the last rundown that I did, it got a little bit into some waters that we don't like to talk about all the time. We're not going to talk about it anymore. But I was really grateful and truly surprised at the absolute great response. I thought we might start a little fires. There were no fires started. We grew in subscriptions. Tons and tons of comments. People really on the same page. And so I just want to thank you all for that. Thanks for listening to that. If you missed it, go back and watch it. I meant what I said. And we're all just going to shine our nice lights from now on and be brothers and sisters in the eyes of Christ. Okay, that's what we're really supposed to do. And when we do that, we really feel good about ourselves. We just do. That's facts are facts. So let's tell you a little bit about the lake. Even though I was gone, I got great friends, good guides and buddies of mine that are fishing. And of course, I'm very connected to the lake. I know what's going on, so I'm going to tell you. Starting with the history. I came home yesterday, but I followed everything through while I was on vacation. So the lake levels went from 39664 to today 39657. We're still falling very slowly, and I expect it to go faster very soon. We're going to start using that municipal water, and we just don't seem to be yet. So I guess a lot of the tanks and things are still full, and they haven't had a big pull of municipal for the 4 counties lately. This is mostly just evaporation and rate of flow downriver. Water clarity about the same, 0 to 1. You might find 0 to 2 in a couple areas, and you may find some areas where it's just flat out dirty, brown, hot summer water. Temperatures 93, 86 and 93 is really the variation throughout the lake. It depends on where you are and what time of day. So early morning 86, end of the day 93s, even higher in some of the backwaters. But the lake's in great shape. She's fishing really good. While I was gone, again, I needed a vacation. I needed to see something new. I've been here so long that I needed to get away, but I really kind of missed the fact that fishing's awesome. And you're catching fish, catching a lot of fish, and they're catching some pretty big fish. The giant fish tend to hide in the summer, but I know Mark Stevenson had an 11.5 pounder. The bite is pretty good. There's a topwater bite first thing in the morning. There's a Carolina rig bite, a big worm bite, a football jig bite. And basically, some of that stuff's going to be your typical summer water. Early and late on the topwater bites, and throughout the day, go deeper to the deep structure, the roads, the tree lines, the shell beds, which is what I want to tell you about. If you have never ever seen this type of shell on Lake Fork, I'm just quickly going to give you an idea. There's two types of shells on Lake Fork, shell beds that make beds. This is a clam. This is a big one here. It's about as big as they get, silver dollar size. And then this is a mussel. Okay, this is a completely different type of shell bed than the ones you see on the shoreline. Those shallow water, 5 foot or less, the white shells that you see on the shoreline are these clams. These bigger ones are the mussel. Okay, this mussel right here exists everywhere, and there are random mussel shells here and there scattered throughout the lake. But there are also areas that are condensed. They are more current oriented. It has to do with wind. Since we do not have a current type of lake, they don't open or use the gates of the dam for any reason. There's no river flow through it. So you have to think wind. But in directions of wind, south and north, where common wind blows, in the right areas, we do have beds of these. Areas where these are very condensed. They are filter feeders. They filter the plankton. And these, wherever these exist, is a high plankton source. Where there's a high plankton source, the shad come to feed on the plankton and the bass come to feed on the shad, thus creating a situation like a deer feeder, if you will. But there's another important factor to this. In the summertime, these are cooler places. These tend to be in the right area. There's current, okay, so moving water. It's not stagnant water. And the shell areas, they're not always in hard bottom, but the content of the bottom isn't super mushy soft, but it's not red clay hard. It's the right content for these to exist, and they need to be able to still bury themselves up pretty good. But this right here is what I mean when I say deep shell beds. So 18 to 22, 28 feet of water. If you can find one of these shell beds, 16 feet. And remember that 16 feet right now with 6 feet of water was 22 foot last summer. So I generally like the 18 to 28 foot shell beds this time of year. Things are different with a 6 foot low lake. So they are a little bit shallower, 16, 18, 20, 22 feet, add 6 feet, and that's the parameter. If you're looking any deeper, you may not find too many of these at this time just because they do go deeper. I've seen some of these shell beds in 50 feet of water, but they're not common. There's not a lot of areas for it, and I haven't found success much deeper than about 28 feet. So minusing 6 feet off our lake level, 22 feet is about where you're going to be looking for these shell beds right now. Okay, that's my best tip for you. Watch out for the weather. There's excessive heat warning. Friday is 80 for a low, 103 for a high. South-southwest winds 10 to 15. Should be good on Friday. The winds will help us a lot. And remember, with those shell beds, you need that wind current. Fish the points, the long places. Fish the road beds where that wind is creating current. Saturday, 77, 105 for the high. That's really hot here in Texas. That's without the heat index, the humidity. So it's going to be hot Saturday. Be careful. West-southwest winds 5 to 10. And then Sunday again, I don't fish on Sundays, but if you're out on Sunday, 77 low, 104 high, east, northeast, 5 to 10. Saturday and Sunday, man, be really careful. Stay hydrated. You really do. You need to be careful. Maybe just fish the morning, skip the afternoon, and go back out in the evening, or even head home and just call it a half a day. That's kind of it. So as I said, there is a top water bite. There's 2 or 3 different types of top waters that we're throwing right now, and some key locations that you need to know. There is a Carolina rig bite, and there also is a big worm and football jig bite. I will tell you the depths. I did already. Shell beds, tree lines, road beds, things like that. 16 to 24 feet of water. But if you want to really know what's on these rods right here, if you want a little more detail for the information of where, then you need to subscribe to the Members Only channel. I offer a Members Only channel. It's $4.99 a month. It's a simple subscription from your laptop or from your desktop. Hit the join button on any one of the videos. Follow the directions and subscribe. I'm getting ready to tell the goods on what and exactly where we're actually getting the bites from. The colors, the weights, the presentations, the line size, all the details, all the goods in the Members Only coming up right now. So I'm going to film that when I'm done with you. Appreciate y'all. Listen, if you enjoy this, hit the thumbs up. Please comment below. Not to be rude, but hey, it's my birthday. I'll throw it out there. If you feel like you're really, really nice and you're feeling good, hit the super thanks for me, would you? Wish me a happy birthday. Come on, I'd do it for you. But anyways, on a laughing note, I really, truly thank you all for your original subscription. You don't have to subscribe to my Members Only for me to have any more love for you. but I would love to share more information with you. So I hope to see you there. God bless y'all. I hope you have a great weekend fishing. If you catch a real big fish, send me a pic, because if it's the right fish, anything over 8 pounds or something like that, send me a pic. I may end up talking about it or sharing it if you want it shared right here on the McFarlands Public Rundown. Thank you so much. God bless you.